I've seen a lot of talk on social media here recently in regards to justice for this murder or that murder. And it's usually followed up by, well, that person should go to prison for the rest of their life. I want to see them in prison for the rest of their life. That will be justice. Biblically, that is not justice, though. That is injustice. A person who murders someone, the unjust killing of someone, should go not to prison, but to be put to death. That is justice. To lock them in a cage and have the taxpayers feed them, give them health care, and house them for their, maybe their entire life, maybe a decade or two, whatever it may be, is injustice. Okay? Let me explain. In Genesis chapter 9, verse 6, it says this: "Whosoever sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed." Now what that means is if a person murders another person, that person should be put to death. Here's another scripture. Exodus chapter 21, verse 12. "He that smiteth a man so that he die shall be surely put to death." Anything other than that is injustice in the eyes of God. Now, I'm not talking about vigilante type justice, because that will often get brought up. No, I'm talking about legislated sentencing of someone being put to death, which used to happen a whole lot more than it does today in our country. But now we have this habit of housing murderers in these penitentiaries for decades. And then sometimes not even that. Sometimes murderers will get a slap on the wrist and go out in the streets and kill again. In fact, that happens all the time. They just walk free. Or you'll have someone sentenced to capital punishment, but very comically, they sit on death row for 30 or 40 or 50 years. Which, what's the point? So, murderers should be put to death according to God's law. That is justice. Anything else, injustice.